3, Vibrato Valtat, very impressive when he won at Warwick for Sam Twiston-Davies and Paul Nicholls. 4, Duke of Navan, also impressive on his first run of offences for Brian Harding and Nicky Richards. 5, Dunraven Storm, Richard Johnson and Philip Hobbs, who've had a cracking few days. That's did at Warwick.
Yeah, he's a fun horse to watch, this horse, because he's a very high cruiser, nimble jumper based on what we saw at Warwick too. But by and large, he's given the impression he needs to be played as late as possible, Jim, and that can be tricky.
Here's Simon.
And away they go. And Vibrato Valtat held up in third place as they head towards the first fence of 13 here. And Dunraven Storm going off at a goodish pace, flying along over the first from in second Little John. And Vibrato Valtat and Duke of Navan last of the 4. Well strung out, the 4 runners, as they jump the second. And a big jump from Dunraven Storm there, almost toppling forward too much on landing, but all was well. Richard Johnson sitting tight. Little John, not so Little John, in second place. Then a gap to Vibrato Valtat and Duke of Navan, whose trainer Nicky Richards wanted a good gallop, but it looks like he's got one here as they jump the third. Duke of Navan, who was a winner at Carlisle, beating Urban Hymn first time out. At this next one, Dunraven Storm almost joined by Little John up the inside. Little John and Jamie Moore on the inside of Dunraven Storm. Richard Johnson bidding to give Philip Hobbs and himself a 5th winner at this open meeting. A gap then to Vibrato Valtat and finally Duke of Navan as they jump the fence going towards the back straight. Vibrato Valtat climbed it slightly, as Graham was pointing out. He's a bit more a traveller than a finder based on his past form. Vibrato Valtat doesn't want to be hitting the front too soon, probably. Could be reformed by chases, however, as Dunraven Storm leads again. A bit chancy going over that plain fence from Little John. Dunraven Storm at times almost a bit too bold. Vibrato Valtat in third, and Duke of Navan is still held up well off them by Brian Harding over this water jump. Little John just trailed the hind leg through the birch over the water. Now to an open ditch, and Dunraven Storm. Philip Hobbs just a little bit worried about the ground for this horse, quoted in the morning paper. He seems to be handling okay, but has he gone a bit too quick? Little John on the near side, and one wonders if the canny riders here are Twiston-Davies and Harding, who sit third and fourth, possibly banking on these two slowing up a bit in the closing stages. Anyway, we'll see if that is correct as they go on towards the open ditch going up the hill. Little John getting back up the inside of Dunraven Storm. 4 out coming up. Little John, good solid jump there from Dunraven Storm. Vibrato Valtat closing as they climb the hill to within about 4 or 5 lengths of the front pair. And then a similar margin back to Duke of Navan. 3 fences left to jump in this Racing Post Arkle Trophy trial. And it's going to be interesting over these last 3. Little John and Dunraven Storm have been trading blows from the outset. Vibrato Valtat and Duke of Navan, their powder kept dry by their respective riders as they go towards this plain fence. Vibrato Valtat, always a traveller, and Duke of Navan, no move whatsoever from the experienced Harding as they jump the 4th last. Little nod from Vibrato Valtat now, and now the race is on as they head towards the final turn. Little John, Dunraven Storm, Twiston-Davies still holding on to Vibrato Valtat. Harding was just nudging away on Duke of Navan on landing. He's now asking the Northern Raider as they race into the final turn, and it's Little John, Dunraven Storm as they straighten up now for the final 2. Little John right round the inside is going to take off here with about a 3-length lead, and a good jump there. The others have got a bit of catching up to do now. Dunraven Storm, Vibrato Valtat still going well under a very cool Twiston-Davies over the last. The leader went through it there. Little John down at the last. Duke of Navan. Little John from Dunraven Storm. Twiston-Davies doesn't really want to go for Vibrato Valtat till too late, and it does look too late, and it's Dunraven Storm that's staying on the better up towards the line. Dunraven Storm goes on to win. In second, Vibrato Valtat. Third, Little John. Looking at the landing side of the final fence, Brian Harding is up. At the moment, Duke of Navan is still on the ground. Let's hope he's only winded. Dunraven Storm, a game win here.
echo Simon's sentiments about Duke of Navan, but well done to Richard Johnson. Buccaneering ride on this horse, Dunraven Storm, and he's won. Plenty to reflect upon there. This is Punches Down. They're off for the Morgiana hurdle with Hurricane Fly and Jeski. Jeski sitting in second on the inside. Desi Skyhill to call him.
Front of the defending champion. Jeski on the inside, being followed by Lethal Weapon towards the near side. A couple of lengths to King of the Picks, and the back marker of the 5 is Hurricane Fly, the dual champion hurdler, winner of 21 of his 26 races, and the most wins in Grade 1 races, 19 in all, as they go on now towards the turn to take them away from the stands. And the leader is Little King Robin out in front. Jeski and Lethal Weapon keep company, followed into the turn with a bit of a break to Hurricane Fly, bidding to win this race for the 3rd year in succession. King of the Picks, the back mark of the 5. Going now to the next flight. Little King Robin is over and clear, being followed by Jeski and Lethal Weapon. And just behind them, Hurricane Fly, followed by the back marker, King of the Picks. The 5 runners make their way down the far side, and Little King Robin going along out in front, being followed by Jeski on the inside of Lethal Weapon, and they're followed by Hurricane Fly and King of the Picks. So they're making the run now to the 4th flight. Little King Robin a good 10 lengths in front. Jeski is over second. Lethal Weapon is third. Hurricane Fly on the inside, followed by King of the Picks. So shortly now they'll be making the turn to just take them up towards the halfway point. And Little King Robin way out in front there under Barry O'Neill, a good 10 lengths to 12 in front of Jeski. Mark Walsh on board for the first time. In 3rd place now, some 4 to 5 lengths back, is Hurricane Fly and regular partner Ruby Walsh. And they're followed by Lethal Weapon, Jody McGarvey, King of the Picks, Paul Carberry, the back mark of the 5. They come to the flight right across from the stands, and Little King Robin over and clear. Jeski lands second, being followed by Hurricane Fly, and they've gone on from King of the Picks and Lethal Weapon. They're racing now to the flight over on the far side, which will be for the finish. And Little King Robin still out there in front. In 2nd place is Jeski, and then a further break to Hurricane Fly, and they've gone right away from King of the Picks and Lethal Weapon. So they're racing now with 5 furlongs to go and turning to make their way across to 3 from home. And Little King Robin is the leader. In front of, in 2nd place, Jeski. They're followed by Hurricane Fly, and they're clear of the other pair. They make the run now towards the 3rd last. Little King Robin in the lead, being followed by Jeski and Hurricane Fly as they make the run now towards the 2nd last flight. And it's Little King Robin. Barry O'Neill out in front. In 2nd place, Jeski, closing steadily, and tracking Jeski is Hurricane Fly as they jump the 2nd last and begin the run for the home turn. It's Little King Robin with Jeski now closing to within 2.5 lengths, and followed 3 lengths back by Hurricane Fly as they come round the home turn now. And Little King Robin is in very illustrious company now as Jeski, the current champion, moves up on the outside for Mark Walsh. Tracked all the while now by Hurricane Fly, who's moved in his slipstream. They're coming down towards the final flight. Jeski and Mark Walsh. Here comes Hurricane Fly on the near side as they come to the final flight. And Hurricane Fly lands the quicker away from the final flight. It's Hurricane Fly in the lead, and Hurricane Fly leads by a length to Jeski. And up towards the finish, Hurricane Fly will bring down the house as Hurricane Fly is back to winning ways. Beats the current champion Jeski into 2nd. Little King Robin game in 3rd, and then comes King of the Picks, followed in by the back marker Lethal Weapon.
Wow, if you're going to take down the champion hurdler, you best do it with a good one. Hurricane Fly, 20 Grade 1 wins now. What a horse he is. That will have given Ruby Walsh as much satisfaction as anything. Look at the clenched fist. Magnificent stuff. 15-8 Hurricane Fly wins his 3rd Morgiana hurdle, his 20th Grade 1, beats Jeski, who's run well, but remember last season it took him a long time to warm to his task, and he really rounded off the campaign well, and he's run really